Alright guys, we did it, we did it, we did it, we did it, yay, oh my god. Okay, so 3 people didn't show and we took the 3 and we ended up sitting together. What are the odds of that? Hi everyone. So we're here. They are boarding. We're trying to non-rev our way to Hartford, Connecticut, and I decided to take my mother-in-law and my daughter. And we left yesterday at thank you, take care guys, see ya. We left yesterday at 1 a.m. We were able to get on, so we did Phoenix all the way up to Dallas, which is one of our hubs, so it was easy to get here. Now we got in at 4:30 instead of 5:30, so we got in early. Problem with that is our next flight, which is this one, was not until 11:45, so they're boarding now. So we've been here since 4:30. Fell asleep on these comfortable chairs. So it's pretty tough, you guys, like no kidding. And now we just found out that this flight is oversold and everybody's checked in, so which means we may not make it. So we've waited since 4 o'clock in the morning to get on this one, and we may not get on board. There's another one later on at 4:45, so that means it's 11 right now. We have to wait until 4:45, which I'm not going to do because I've already stayed here for a while. So we're probably going to get a hotel room just to relax and try to get to you know, Orlando. And from Orlando we have another flight which is going to get to Hartford. But if we miss this one, we don't make it to Hartford tonight, we'll make it tomorrow. So it's a complicated process. The thing is, my family cannot fly on any other airline until my 6-month probation. So right now we're only limited to this airline, unfortunately, because you know, if you don't get on, obviously you gotta wait for the next one or get rerouted somewhere else, so it gets a little complicated. So but just wish us luck that we can get on, hopefully, and that we can make it to our second destination, second leg, and then eventually make our 3rd leg. So right, how you feeling?
Tired.
She slept and she wanted to come, and I told her it's not easy. It gets complicated, and you get to sleep at the airport and you get to eat airport food, and she wanted to come along for the ride.
Yeah.
So I said, why not? It's not easy on, you know, the elderly as well, but you know, they're hanging on there, and that's what happens. So let's keep you posted. They're almost done boarding, almost, and I just went to the gate and I asked them how is it looking, and apparently there are 5 people that the cutout time was, I want to say 45 minutes prior to getting to the gate, and they checked in way too late, so they weren't allowed to get on the flight. So I'm hoping that those 5 people that didn't make it, you know, I'm not, obviously you don't want to wish bad, but I'm just hoping that if they didn't make it, then we can. So that would be awesome for everybody. Everybody's been praying, so wish me luck. Alright guys, we did it, we did it, we did it, we did it, yay, oh my god. Okay, so 3 people didn't show and we took the 3 and we ended up sitting together. What are the odds of that? Usually it would be like scattered 3 spots. we actually got to all sit together, which is amazing. So exciting. We are heading to Orlando, and now we're gonna have to go through the same thing again with the one seat available, which is fun. All right. So we're here enjoying our flights, having little snacks. And long and behold, watch this. I got the lucky seat. What? I'm a lucky girl today. I got the lucky seat. I'm so excited. Alright guys, we just landed in Orlando. Oh, my base, I love my base. And don't I see the guy that made it all happen for me when they opened the door and had me come back in for the ferry flight. I was so happy to see him, so I'll probably try to get him either in a picture or video. So it looks open, this flight. I don't know how, but we're gonna get on in about 10 minutes, so we're kind of rushing, but we'll see. Guys, it's about 1 in the morning. We finally got on the last flight from Orlando to Hartford. I wanted to document our return, but my phone died and everything was in the suitcase above, and it was a short flight, so I didn't get a chance to go pick up my charger. And so I figured I'd document when we get in. So we're in. Little one is asleep. She's dead tired. She had a long day. Grandma is sleeping in the other room. We're at some family member's house, and we're gonna be here for a few days and then head back home. But gosh, you guys, it was a long day. It was rush, eat on the go. I get a really sensitive stomach just from eating crappy, and I've been sick when I got back. But I made this video because I want to show you guys that, you know, buying a ticket, having a secure ticket, the only thing that can go wrong when you buy a ticket is that the plane can be delayed or canceled, and they'll take care of you. You know, they'll put you on the next flight. They're responsible because you did buy your ticket. Now, when you're non-revving, I'm sorry, you guys, my hair is just a mess. Ugh. But when you're non-revving, it's all up to you. It's like a gamble on every flight, and there's no reassurance if you're gonna make it or not. So I apologize if I'm looking a little discombobulated, is how they say it. I think so. But you know, it is reality. It's me. It's real. There's no filters. I'm tired. It's 1 o'clock, but it's really, this is Hartford time, Connecticut. So basically it's really 11? No, it's 10. So they're 3 hours behind. So it's 10 p.m. for me. So I can't sleep because I don't go to bed until midnight anyways. I'm a night owl, and that's when I do my, you know, with 3 kids, that's when it's mostly quiet at night when they go to bed. So you get to catch up on your shows. You can have snacks without having them stealing them from you. I'm horrible. But that's my quiet time. That's mommy's quiet time. But it was rough. I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted. And I've had a crazy week because not only did I come back from my trip from Colombia, which I'm sure you guys saw the video, but as soon as I came back, I promised my daughter, my youngest, that I would be going to Disney with her. We're going higher and higher and higher every 2 minutes. Anna, say hi! Where are you? Oh, yeah. So we went to Anaheim and celebrated her little, it wasn't really her birthday, but you know, it's something that I promised the girls individually. So we all went to Disney when they turned 6. So she turned 6 and was excited to go, and I've been promising her, and I figured what better time to do it when, you know, it's after Labor Day weekend, there's not a lot of people, prices were really good. And that's another thing, when you're a flight attendant, you guys, you get a lot of discounts, especially for Disney. So I had fun. Hotel, discounted Disney tickets, so that was great. And obviously we didn't go to Orlando because of the hurricane, so we ended up going to Hanahan. So we stayed 4 days out there, came back, and then was speaking with my mother-in-law, and she needed to be in Hartford, yes, but as never non-revved, Anna has never been on standby, didn't know what to do or how to do it. She was very nervous, and so I told her I'd come with her. Now, the advantage of it is that I'm showing her how to do it, so that when she comes back, because she's staying here longer, when she comes back, she'll know how to come back on standby, because I showed her, and we had three legs, so she saw the 3 times that we did it. Now I'm heading back, and so I can fly on any airline. So I could just fly back with Southwest, for example, or I could fly back with United or American, or whichever, back home, even on a direct flight if there are any, although I'm still on standby, but I have more choices. But as far as my immediate dependent, which is my mother-in-law, I put also my mom. Then I put my dad, unfortunately passed away. Sad. So obviously I can't put my mom and my dad, so I could put another parent, which in this case was my mother-in-law. And so I have my mother-in-law, I have my mom, and then I have my husband and my 3 kids. As long as they're under 24, they can fly for free, I believe. I think it's 24 or 23. I think it's 24. So with that said, because I'm leaving grandma here and I'm heading back in a day or 2, I won't stay that long. My daughter here is actually, there's a little more flexibility for us to fly, not just on my airline, but with another 2 other airline, I believe is Frontier and Mesa, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a little leeway there. It doesn't have to be my airline only, but my benefits will kick in even better, and they'll have more choices at the end of this month, because it will be 6 months that I've been flying for my airline. So with that said, I apologize for the way I look. Again, this is real life. You know, I want you guys to understand the difference and see what it implies. It's a lot of work, especially when you're with family members, but it's an eye-opener for a lot of people. She had never done it, and she thought it was, I mean, she was complaining that 5 hours at the airport, 5-6 hours sleeping on a bench was not the way to go. I did offer to get a hotel. She didn't want one, and I figured, you know what, if we get a hotel, then we have to go through you know, TSA and get checked again, and I had to do it, even though we don't have to as flight attendant. You know, especially when you're in uniform, you don't have to, because you can pass through a KCM. But while I'm with my daughter, she's not a UM, which is unaccompanied minor, so she had to be with me, so I had to go through the whole, you know, TSA process with her. So with that said, I wish you all good night. Please subscribe, comment below, let me know your adventures as far as when you non-rev and you're on standby, and what was your best experience and your worst. You know, just tell me all your dirty secrets. And if you guys have some, you know, better secrets or tips and tricks on how to get to your destination faster, hey, by all means share with me. But again, like I said earlier, I'm with my family and they have restrictions. That's why we didn't just have a whole lot of flights coming out and going in, and there were so many detours for the same destination, so we try to go the shortest route possible, and the shortest route was actually 3-leg, which is insane. So it was Phoenix, just to get to Hartford from Phoenix. So it was Phoenix to Dallas, Dallas to Orlando, and Orlando to Hartford. What a crazy day. So we left at 10 o'clock in my house, got to the airport at 11, boarding was at midnight, flight left at 12:45, almost 1 o'clock. We got in like super early, like 4 something a.m.,
we ended up sleeping at the airport because my flight was not until 11:45 a.m. So there was a big gap there from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so 6 hours at the airport, literally crazy. And then caught that one, flew for 2 hours, had a small layover in Orlando, barely 30 minutes. Almost didn't make that one, then got on, and another 2 hours to get to Hartford. So you guys, that was insane. Then we went to eat, and I scoffed that food down because I was starving. Again, you're more than welcome to carry a lunch with you, but I don't see it being fresh after all this time. It's hard to have access to ice and all that. So, especially at the airport at night, there isn't much open. I wish I would have filmed that too. When we arrived at 4 o'clock, everything was dark at the airport. Most things were closed. Stores were in total darkness because they obviously weren't open, and the airport was lit up. That's, you know what I mean, is that the stores and the restaurants were actually closed, so not much was, you know, open. I think one store was open, but you know, it's a crazy lifestyle. It's crazy, but it's rewarding again, because there's so many things that you learn about yourself, and your kids get to experience that, and they'll remember those experiences. Trust me, they'll remember. Now, I want to film our way back. I'm probably going to be leaving, like I said, either not tomorrow, but the day after, because I want to give myself a full day of rest. But I will film that, and that's going to be another adventure. So you guys stay tuned. I can't wait for you guys to see more of that. And make sure you subscribe. I love you guys. I went from like 0 subscriber to like almost 400, which is like, yay! I want to hit that 1,000. So, you know, 600 more. And I've got so many videos coming up. And if you have some ideas about videos that you want to see or hear, please, please, please comment below. I have so many ideas of like the apps that I've used. Everybody asks me, how do you non-rev? Where do you find your trips? And I've got something like 11 apps that I religiously use when I travel. So I want to make my next video about that, maybe tomorrow, while I'm here in Hartford, enjoying the cool weather, because it is freezing. It's in the 60s, but I love it. I mean, I just left Anaheim. It was in the 90s, which is never in the 90s in LA, but it was in California, I mean, and obviously Arizona, where I live, it's always hot. So for the first time, we're in the 60s here. Yay, thank you. Anyways, I'll stop chatting. It's time for me to go. Night, night. So, love you guys. And I hope you have safe travels.